Last year, if you drafted Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, or Mike Williams, you nailed a high-end wide receiver in the later rounds. In this video, I'm going to talk about 6 wide receivers drafted in round 5 or later who I think have that type of league-winning potential. Make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end of the video where I'll reveal my bonus late round sleeper. This guy is even going drafted in some leagues, and I think will be in every week fantasy starter. Number 6, Christian Kirk. Everybody knows about the contract, 4 years, $72 million. It was clearly an overpay by the Jacksonville Jaguars, but that doesn't mean that Christian Kirk cannot step right in and be a really effective pass catcher for Trevor Lawrence. And we saw it play out in the second preseason game where Christian Kirk lined up in the slot and was targeted on 5 of Trevor Lawrence's first 8 attempts. Christian Kirk is not going to see a ton of target competition in Jacksonville, and they need him desperately right away. And the dude can play 7th in the NFL last year in yards per target, 7th in yards per route run from the slot. Number 5, Jahan Dotson. The Commanders have told us what they think about Jahan Dotson. They took him 16th overall in the NFL draft, higher than anyone expected. Carson Wentz has played 41 snaps this preseason. Jahan Dotson has been out there for 40 of them. We know he's going to be on the field a ton, and we know he can play. Best success rate against zone coverage among all wide receivers in his draft class via reception perception, was incredibly productive in his final season at Penn State. The craziest part is you can get Jahan Dotson in the 13th or 14th round, even though he was drafted 16th overall. Number 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Absolutely went nuclear down the stretch last season, catching at least 8 balls in the final 6 games that the Lions played. After the Lions Week 10 bye, Amon-Ra St. Brown had PFF's 4th best wide receiver grade out of everybody in the entire league. And I know what you're saying. Well, Adam, TJ Hawkinson wasn't playing then. DeAndre Swift was banged up. They didn't have Jameson Williams. They didn't have DJ Chark. However, you don't do what Amon-Ra was able to do down the stretch last year without really being able to ball. One of my favorite 5th or 6th round picks, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Number 3, Josh Palmer. We're not going to get the huge breakout that we thought may have been coming from Josh Palmer because Mike Williams re-signed as an unrestricted free agent. However, that has left Josh Palmer's average draft position really low. He can fall to the 11th, 12th, even 13th round at times, and I take him every time there. He is a very versatile wide receiver, can play both inside and outside. And most importantly, he's ahead of Jalen Guyton for the number 3 wide receiver role. If anything happens to Big Mike Williams, I think Josh Palmer will be an every down wide receiver on the outside. If anything happens to Keenan Allen, I think Josh Palmer will be an every down wide receiver in the slot. Easy second-year breakout candidate is Josh Palmer. Number 2, Wan'Dale Robinson already earned the every down slot receiver job as a stone cold rookie. And remember, we cannot be afraid of rookie wide receivers anymore. The NFL is changing, and these guys are more and more prepared to come in and contribute. Think about Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins. All these guys stepped in and had really good rookie years. Wan'Dale is undersized for the NFL, but so was Cole Beasley, who produced really well in Brian Daboll's offense. Remember, Wan'Dale at Kentucky last year in the SEC, 4th highest yards per route run and 2nd most receptions among all Power 5 college football teams. And my number 1 mid-round wide receiver who will win you your league is JuJu SmithSchuster. I know it's been bad for JuJu the last couple of years. He's been hurt. The corpse of Ben Roethlisberger couldn't get the ball past the line of scrimmage. But this dude is only 25 years old. He is not that far removed from having a 100-catch season in Pittsburgh and being one of the most coveted players in all of fantasy football. The Chiefs will have one of the league's highest pass rates over expectation, and Patrick Mahomes ranked 1st in the entire NFL in slot targets last season. Tyreek Hill is gone. MVS is a question mark. Sky Moore is a question mark. Mecole Hardman is a question mark. Expect a ton of targets for JuJu SmithSchuster. And now, my bonus sleeper. Over the last 2 seasons, this player has eclipsed an 85% snap share in just 2 games. In those 2, 11 catches, 125 yards, and 1 touchdown in the first one, 6 catches, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the second one. This player is part of arguably the league's best offense and one of the league's best teams. This player is benefiting massively from the departures of Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders. It is Isaiah McKenzie, who has reportedly beaten out Jamison Crowder to be Josh Allen's slot receiver and still goes in the 15th or 16th round. Thanks for watching. For the 6 players I'm fading this year, check out my Do Not Draft video.